I never buy hummus. I love it, and I make it myself. Stick around for 21 things that I don't buy, and watch all the way to the end for one of the best quotes on frugal living that I've ever found. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Let's get right to these 21 things that I don't buy. Number 1, I don't buy fancy coffee drinks. I love them, and I do get them, but I don't pay for them myself. Here's how I do it. I go to the store or I shop online, I scan my receipts into the Fetch app, and I collect points. I use those points to get gift cards that I can use to get myself fancy coffee. If you'd like to try out Fetch, click down below and you can get $2 free towards your next fancy coffee. I love fancy coffee, but I don't buy it for myself. I let Fetch do it for me. Number 2, fast food. I don't buy fast food. I used to when my kids were little, but now they pay for their own fast food. They're teenagers, they can handle it. And I don't buy it. I don't buy it for myself. I have rarely bought it for myself at any point in my life. And I don't like sitting in the drive-through line at the fast food place. I don't enjoy the environment. I know that a lot of people swear by it. In fact, in my community, there's a whole group of senior citizens who spend their time at a certain fast food place in the morning, and that's where they gather to drink coffee. It's their local diner. I have total respect for that, and they have really missed being able to do that over the past year. I hope soon they can get back to it. But that's a little bit different. They're gathering for connection, for community, and to have their morning coffee. Fast food is not frugal. Fast food is not fast. Fast food is not healthy, and I don't buy it. Number 3, I don't buy canned or bottled drinks. There are rare exceptions when I will buy a canned or a bottled drink, whether it's water or soda or something similar like that, like a tea or a juice. None of these are hard and fast rules that I will never ever break, but generally I don't buy these things. They cost a lot of money and they don't really add value to my life. I know that some people live in parts of the world where safe drinking water is a real issue, and bottled water actually is what keeps you alive. If I were in your situation, I would absolutely also be buying bottled water, but I live in a place where the water is of good quality, coming straight out of the tap, and where if I want to get juice, I can get a large bottle for much cheaper than I could buy a couple of small bottles. So I live in a situation where I don't really need to buy canned or bottled drinks in order to just keep myself hydrated, and so I don't. Number 4, I don't buy grocery store junk food. I don't buy convenience store junk food. I don't buy gas station junk food. As with all of these, there is the occasional exception, but I have no restraint. If I buy a big bag of potato chips, that big bag of potato chips is 1 serving for me. And I have no way to measure out servings and weight. If the bag is in my house, then I'm gonna eat it all. I just know this about myself. And that's not good for my frugal living journey. It's also not good for my health journey. So I don't buy junk food. I don't keep candy around. I don't keep chips around. I just don't have it in my house. In fact, sometimes when I go and look for junk food to eat, I get kind of annoyed with myself because I don't have any. But that's good. Number 5, I love hummus, but I never buy it. I always make it. I cook up the dried chickpeas and I make hummus. I make it at least every other week. And I'll tell you, if you love hummus, once you have tried making it yourself, you will never go back to store-bought. It is so good and you can customize it any way you want. I really love any kind of bean dip, and once a week I am making something with beans, and often I'm making hummus. Number 6, I don't buy bread. I don't buy tortillas, either flour or corn. I don't buy arepas. Arepas are a Venezuelan and Colombian corn flatbread cake that's sort of similar to a Mexican gordita. I make these, but I don't ever buy them. Now, some of them, like arepas, you probably can't buy unless you're actually in Venezuela or Colombia or a country around there. But some of these you can buy at the store. I could go to the store right now and I could pick up corn tortillas, flour tortillas, and any kind of bread that I want. But I prefer to make it. In fact, as I am recording this video right now, I have some sourdough bread that is rising and that I'm folding, and I'm interspersing recording the video with doing sourdough folds. I absolutely love making bread. It's one of my favorite things to do in the world. And it does save money. It saves time. It saves stress because I'm not ever worried about running out of bread. In a household with children, running out of bread is a big deal, and I don't ever run out. I love making bread. Numbers 7 and 8 give me a chuckle. I'm going to put them together. I asked my teenage daughter, what do you notice that I don't buy? And the first thing she said was, illegal substances. I don't spend money on illegal substances. I also don't spend money on alcohol. Although I do have some alcohol in the house for making my Christmas bread because I have to soak the dried fruit in alcohol. but I don't happen to drink, so I don't buy alcohol. If you're getting value out of this video, I'd love to invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll get notified first of new videos. And give this video a like. A thumbs up is absolutely the best compliment that you could give me. If you'd like to support the channel, click the link for Buy Me a Coffee. Thanks. Let's get back to the things I don't buy. Number 9. I no longer purchase new fast fashion unless I can find absolutely no other options. Now, that doesn't mean I don't own fast fashion or that I don't purchase it, but I buy it secondhand. I buy it at the Goodwill or at another thrift store so that I'm slowing down that fast fashion chain as much as possible. This is a philosophical choice as much as it is a frugal living choice, and I acknowledge that in certain circumstances in this day and age, it can be much cheaper to buy new fast fashion than to make it yourself or to buy higher quality products or sometimes even to get it at a thrift store because fast fashion is so fast and so cheap. But for me, it's a better value if I can find something that has lasted long enough to land in good shape in a thrift store than to just try out some cheap fast fashion item from the store. I don't want to judge anybody for where you are right now because a lot of us are really dependent on fast fashion to clothe ourselves. But if you can slow that down, I'd invite you to join me. And let me know down in the comments, what do you do about clothing yourself? Do you buy fast fashion? Do you make it? What do you do? I'm curious. Number 10 is related. I don't very often buy new shoes. I live in the tropics where I can wear the same shoes all year round and I make them last. Now, in this case, I do eventually have to buy new shoes, and I look around for shoes that are going to be the best value for me, but I don't have very many. I don't like having a lot of shoes, and I don't want to have a whole lot of shoes to carry around or to take care of or to mess with. So I just have very few and I don't buy very often. Number 11, I don't buy very many hair products. I use shampoo and I have hairspray and that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot that I do to my hair. Mostly I just kind of let it be, let it be, let it be. That's what I do to my hair. And I let it grow because that works for me. Some of you may have shorter hair that requires more products, but I like a simple hairstyle and I like a simple hair life. And I'd like to encourage you to try it if you haven't. Number 12, I don't use shaving creams or shaving lotions. I just use that bar of Dove soap that's in my shower, and anything that I want to shave, I put some soap over it, get the razor wet, and shave. It's very simple. I've been doing it all my life, and I'm fine. No scars yet. Number 13, I'm not a big fan of buying the newest and the latest tech gadgets, and I actually don't recommend that most people do that. In fact, I am still, as of recording this video, running my YouTube channel with an iPhone 7 with a special lens on it. And I also have a microphone that's quite nice. But really, I'm just using my phone. Very soon you'll start to see an improved camera here. But that is a camera that's been out for a while. It's not brand new. It's got a lot of great reviews. And I'm really excited to get it because I've been waiting over a year and saving for over a year. And it's not the latest, but it will be nice. Number 14, I am not a huge fan of most paid apps. I use some free apps on my phone and some free apps on my computer, and I have the occasional paid app. But you know, there's all kinds of things that you can subscribe to and get an app, and it's constantly updating, and it wants you to buy more. They call it in-app purchases. I am not a fan. If there's too much hype around trying to get me to buy an app, I usually click away from it, and I don't want anything to do with the company. I'm a little bit ornery like that. Number 15, I have not had cable TV for years. In fact, I cannot remember the last time I lived in a house that I owned or that I rented with cable TV. I don't think I have ever paid rent or a mortgage on a home of my own and also paid cable TV. I do have internet service and I do watch TV through subscription services, but those can be varied, but those work for me. Cable TV, it never worked. I always felt like I was being taken advantage of, and so I don't buy cable TV. Number 16, I love to read, but I don't buy most of my books. I do buy some, and most of the time when I buy them on my Kindle, and I value them very highly. But most of the books, 90% of the books that I read, I get at the library, and I read them, and then I'll check them out again over and over again. Some of them I'll check out 3 or 4 times. And then after I've checked them out 5 or 6 times, sometimes I'll decide to buy it because I know it's one I'm going to want to read over and over forever. But mostly, I read books from the library. Number 17, I've never had a new car. Didn't learn to drive on one back in the 80s. Have never had a new one ever since. It's possible in the sense that anything is possible, that I might one day buy a new car, but I feel like it's unlikely. I really like the value of getting a used car that has been well taken care of, well examined by a qualified mechanic, and that I can buy with money that I've saved up. That's a really important value to me. Right now, the car that I have is about 17 years old and it's still going strong. I'm really proud of it. I'm hoping to keep it around for another few years. Number 18, I don't buy single-use plates, cups, or cutlery. I used to because I was in a situation where I did potlucks a lot, and at the time it felt like that was the most efficient way to have plates and cups and forks for everybody in the large group. But at this point in my life, I have no need for it, and I don't have them in the house. I don't buy them for any reason whatsoever. If there's going to be a gathering, I have plenty of dishes. Number 19, I cannot remember the last time I bought a paper towel. I didn't grow up in a household where we used paper towels, and so I never really understood how to use them. So I don't know if that's really a frugal living choice or just an I don't know what people use paper towels for kind of choice. But I don't buy them, and I see them in people's carts at the store, and I'm not sure what they use them for. So it makes a lot of sense for me to just not buy them. Number 20, I don't buy most cleaning products. Now, if you came to my house, you would see some cleaning products because I do buy some that I need to use, and I keep them for sometimes a couple of years. They last for a long time. But most of the cleaning that I do, 90% of the cleaning that I do, is with a squirt bottle filled with half vinegar, half water, and a few squirts of Dawn dish soap. And that takes care of just about everything that I have to do. Anything else is really extra. Now, I will say that over the course of the last year and a bit more, I have gotten much more into buying disinfecting products, including single-use disinfecting products. These were things that I did not enjoy having in my house before, and at the moment I have to confess that they give me a sense of security. But other than that, I just use vinegar, water, and dish soap to clean. Number 21, I buy very little home decor. In fact, I cannot remember the last time I bought home decor. I did buy some decor for YouTube because I wanted to have some new plants in the background, but I don't usually buy things more than every couple of years. Both my house and my walls are very open. Everything is designed for airflow and for light. Some of you have commented on the result in my videos, which is that you can hear the birds singing, you can hear the neighbors talking, you can hear cars going by. It's partly just the nature of living in the tropics and living in the open feel that we have in our homes here. But part of it is that I like the home decor to be all about just opening the windows and letting in the light and letting in the air. Marc Chernoff of the website Marc and Angel Hack Life, one of my favorite places on the internet, said this: saying yes to happiness means saying no to the desires that drain you. I love this quote. The things that I say no to, all of these 21 things and probably more, are not things that hurt me when I say no to them. They're desires that would drain me if I indulged them, and so I feel much happier without them. What do you feel happier without? What do you not buy? Tell me about it below in the comments. Wherever you are on your frugal living journey, you are not alone, and I am so proud of you. Take the next step, whatever that next step is for you. Live frugally, change your life, and together we will change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.